Brad Williams, Frugal Finance, buy-sell agreements. Understanding buy-sell agreements, types, key aspects, and considerations. A buy-sell agreement is a legally binding contract that governs the process of transferring ownership interests in a business if a partner exists or passes away. Typically, the agreement requires that the departing partner's shares to be sold to the remaining partners or the business itself. These agreements often involve life insurance to fund the buyout when a partner dies. Other terms for buy-sell agreements include buyout agreement, business will, or business prenuptial agreement. Key points about buy-sell agreements. Buy-sell agreements specify how a partner's share is transferred upon their departure or death. The agreement may include methods for determining the business's value. Two primary types are cross-purchase and entity purchase agreements, though hybrid options exist. In cross-purchase agreements, remaining owners buy the shares of the deceased or leaving partner. In equity purchase agreements, the business itself buys the shares. How buy-sell agreements work? Buy-sell agreements are commonly used in partnership or closely held corporations to ensure a smooth transition of ownership. They help prevent external parties from requiring control over the business and establish a fair process for valuing each partner's interest. These agreements typically require the sale of a partner's shares to the company or the remaining owners according to a prearranged formula. To fund the purchase, life insurance policies are often purchased on each partner with the surviving partner named as a beneficiary. When a partner dies, the life insurance benefit provides the necessary funds to buy out the deceased partner's interest from their estate, ensuring business continuity and stability. In some cases, a buy-sell agreement may also apply to LLCs, corporations, or sole proprietorships in which an employee may be designated to take over the business. Types of buy-sell agreements? There are two types of buy-sell agreements. Cross-purchase agreement, remaining partners purchase a share of the outgoing or deceased partner. Entity purchase, redemption agreement, the business entity itself buys the shares from the departing partner. In certain situations, businesses may combine these two approaches, allowing some shares to be purchased by individual partners and others by the business entity. A wait-and-see agreement is another option, which defers the decision of whether to use a cross-purchase or entity purchase approach until the event occurs. Crafting a buy-sell agreement should involve both legal and financial experts, including an attorney, a CPA, and a life insurance advisor. What should be included in a buy-sell agreement? Buy-sell agreements vary depending on the needs of the business and the laws of the jurisdiction. However, common elements often include the names of the partner or owners and their respective ownership stakes, a recent business valuation for determining the value of each partner's interest, events that trigger a buyout, for example, death, disability, retirement, bankruptcy, a clear outline of who purchases and acquires the shares, funding mechanism for the buyout, such as life insurance policies, consideration for taxes and estate planning for all parties involved. Advantages of buy-sell agreements. Buy-sell agreements help protect both the business and the personal interests of the owners. Key benefits include preventing the sale of ownership interests to outsiders without consent from the remaining partners, ensuring that the business remains within a controlled group of owners after a partner's death, establishing a clear process for valuing the business and resolving ownership disputes. By providing structure and clarity, buy-sell agreements offer business owners a way to protect their investments and avoid legal disputes, particularly in situations involving death or departure of a partner. Templates for buy-sell agreements. For small businesses or those in the early stages, templates for buy-sell agreements may be available online. These templates can help create a basic agreement. However, as the business grows or it involves multiple partners, it's advisable to have a lawyer draft the agreement to ensure it meets all legal requirements and addresses complex needs. How to establish a buy-sell agreement? Creating a buy-sell agreement typically involves consulting with legal and financial professionals. Partners may purchase life insurance on each other to fund the buyout in case of death. Life insurance agents experienced in buy-sell agreements can assist in setting up necessary policies to ensure that the buyout process runs smoothly. Disadvantages of buy-sell agreements? While buy-sell agreements provide many benefits, they also come with some drawbacks. They can restrict the ability of business owners to sell their shares to individuals who aren't included in the agreement. If not updated periodically, the valuation of the business may become outdated, making the purchase price inaccurate. Legal costs for creating and maintaining an agreement can be significant. Why buy-sell agreements are beneficial? The primary advantage of a buy-sell agreement is that it ensures the business can continue smoothly when a partner leaves or passes away. Without such an agreement, the business may face challenges, including disputes with the deceased partner's heirs. The agreement prevents a surviving spouse or children from gaining control or selling the shares to an outside party, which could disrupt operations. In conclusion, a buy-sell agreement is an important tool for businesses with multiple owners. It provides a clear plan for transferring ownership if a partner departs or dies, helping to maintain business stability. The use of life insurance policies as a funding source ensures that the buyout can be executed without financial strain. With proper planning and expert guidance, a buy-sell agreement offers a proactive way to handle potentially complex ownership transitions. If you have any questions about buy-sell agreements, comment. Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. See you soon.